Okay, we're continuing with part 4 of this book here, How the Scots Made the Modern World. This right here is the Battle of Kings Mountain in the USA, fought in 1780, where the Scots-Irish mountain men kicked the crap out of the British. And so basically, the British figured they had the giant army, the best in the world. They're just going to dominate these little American colonials. And the Scot, had a lot of resentment towards the British. The Scots, all they did all the time was, hunt for food and stuff. So they were great hunters and fighters. And they kicked the British butt. And it was a big wake-up call to the British. It's not going to be so easy to conquer the USA. That's back how American men used to be, muy macho. Okay, and, the Scots were full of these macho, heroic traveler, adventurer guys. Lewis and Clark, okay, is painted by Mort Kunstler. Okay, adventurers mapping out the USA, going down to the Pacific Ocean. And it's going to be one after another. All these famous guys you heard of, they're all of Scottish descent. Lewis Clark on the lower Columbia River there, this painting by Marion Russell. And then here is Francis Scott Key. He wrote the USA National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Okay, and I'm going to come back to some of these adventurer guys, but I just sort of, one thing led to another. This wasn't even in the book, but I started reading about Scotland, watching videos about it, and there's actually a lot of famous movie actors from Scotland. The most famous female movie actress of Scottish descent is Marilyn Monroe. And so somebody did a funny meme here with her being like the birth of Venus. And it's also taken in that one thing where the air vents were puffing up her dress. So there's the birth of Venus there with Marilyn. Okay, then Sean Connery is James Bond. And he's the best ever of the James Bonds. I used to go to the James Bond movies with my dad when I was a kid. And we loved James Bond. I mean, he was great. He was a hero. That's the way a good hero should be. A good hero should be heroic to the men and heroic to the women, Everybody liked James Bond. They've tried to make a joke out of him, but he was great, And here's James Bond, walking with one of his ladies. Okay, wait till you see the rest of these guys. You want to talk about a bunch of macho superstar actors. John Wayne was the star of all these great old cowboy movies. And same, what you're noticing here, it's all noble masculinity. Noble masculinity. An honorable, good, heterosexual, family man, doing the right thing, being honest, trying to help people. That's what it's about. That's the way a lot of old Hollywood was. And nowadays, what is Hollywood? Hollywood is like part of global Satanism, okay? It's disgusting. Okay, and it goes on and on. Like I'm telling you, you'd be amazed. Clint Eastwood, Scottish descent. Okay, all these macho, tough guy, good guys, Clint Eastwood, he's not only a great actor, he's a great man, too. He was like the mayor of a city in California for many years. Okay, that's Clint Eastwood when he was a young guy in the movie Dirty Harry. It's a great movie. Okay, now here is Brad Pitt, who's also of Scottish descent. Now, Brad Pitt, when he was young, he was actually great. He was in the movie Legends of the Fall, and it was a magnificent movie. And then he gradually got more and more sucked into Hollywood and became pussified, and he ended up with that scummy, what's her name, Angela Jolie. It's like, oh, dude, what is wrong with you? I liked him a lot in this movie, but I lost respect for him then. But he's a guy sort of like emblematic of the modern world, how it turns good men into, nuts. Okay, now here is Rod Stewart, another guy of Scottish descent. And Rod Stewart, he's a magnificent singer. I used to, he was in his prime when I was a kid. I remember all the songs. They were great. Okay. He's a lot of fun, all his songs. And here's a great song, his Sailing. He's got tons of great songs. Mandolin Wind, Mandy. I mean, it goes on and on, all his great songs. He just has a great voice and a great sense of music. It's magnificent. So, and I'm getting at this little tiny country of 5 million people, and it produced all these superstars in acting and music, in the military, and in academics. I'm going to get to more of the academics here in just a little bit, but this will be the end of part 4. I hope you found that interesting.